A while since I have done a Twitch stream. I have had a fair few shows all in a row, but now I am home for a little bit. I lost my voice in Baltimore, so if I have any moments where my voice starts to croak, that's why. But I'm really excited to start working on the holiday covers. So I started in on it yesterday. And I have a considerable amount more coloring to do. But to bring you guys back up to speed on what I'm doing, I am working on a Cintiq 22 HD monitor. And I can just wheel it over because it's on a stand that has little wheels, which makes it awesome. So I just wheel it over to the Twitch side of my desk to work on it. I'm working with a pen that comes with the Cintiq 22 HD, or I'd imagine all of the Cintiqs. And so with that, I'm doing all the coloring, and then I have a wireless keyboard, which I'll show you guys right here. This is a wireless keyboard that I use hotkeys. There are ways that you can program into the actual monitor itself. You can program different hotkeys into it. However, I've just been using a keyboard with hotkeys for so long that it's more second nature to me than trying to learn a whole new set of hotkeys. Hello, Perrin! Welcome to my stream, and I am so glad to finally be back. When I got home from Baltimore, I lost my voice and kind of got a mild case of con crud. So I had to just kind of stay off of Twitch streaming for a little while. Yes, everything is still alive. I had to do a couple restarts to get all the windows working properly, Forest Lord, but it's good. Yes. Hello, Dan. Okay, so I am working in Photoshop currently, and I'm just going to open it so I can see it. No, I don't think you caused any kind of dawnception. It's all good. All right. Juan, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I know I disappeared for a few days, but I am back, and I am working on coloring the main version of the Zenescope Holiday cover. So like I posted on Instagram, I had a work in progress tab on there because I didn't want everyone to think that that is where I was leaving the cover. I have a lot more to do. I haven't done any color holds or anything like that yet. The latex, because I was asked to give her like a latex Santa suit, that is also not complete. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew it wasn't complete. All right, 1 second, you guys. I need to text my son. Hold, please. Hey, River Dragon. Hello, thank you all so much for joining on the stream. This time is digital colors, so I'm excited. I'm seeing a small amount of progress in my work in speed. I'm getting things done faster, and instead of this taking me like a few days to get to this point, it took me a couple hours, so that is awesome. I feel like with coloring, I have been slightly banging my head against the wall. Hey, Ready Comics, that's awesome. But it's slowly starting to come together. Now, the one thing that I am finding in my work when I look at it and be ultra critical, I still need to add more highlights. I'm doing fine as far as the midtones and the shadows, but I'm pretty timid when it comes to highlights, and I'm also timid on putting white and light backgrounds. So I'm going to be working on doing better with highlights on this one, specifically in skin, and then working with a lighter background. So that's what I've got going right now. Oh, thank you, Reddy. All right. So for starters, I'm going to work on her skin. So I'm selecting all the skin areas. And oops, I'm working on, right now I'm on the flats layer, which was done for me by Tony. And he takes care of the flats, which is essentially a getting everything pre-selected. So I have, even though I've put in a lot of shading, if I were to go in with the lasso tool and just try to select all the shaded bits, I'd be missing spots all the time. The background with no, let me see if I can, I'll show you guys the flat. See, it's just a basic color. All the extra little bits of shading are on another layer. Okay. Sorry of all the times to have a conversation. Sorry, everybody. All right, so now I'm just going to hide the selection and start working on the highlights and smoothing out some of the skin tone. So for brushes for skin, I use the soft round pressure opacity, and I don't believe that Photoshop picks up the brush window, but I just do the right click and click on a new brush that I want. So I'm taking my opacity down, and I'm just going to start smoothing out some of these areas, making room for some nice highlights. There's mostly her arm that's not looking smooth enough, in my opinion. Let's lighten up this color a little bit more. Oh, thank you, River Dragon. I'm so glad you liked that one. That was it. That was an interesting challenge to try to bring a circus element. Hey, Mike. And I probably took more sketches than I should have for Baltimore. I think in the end I drew 9, and then a bunch of freebie sketches. And usually I get about 2 done on a good weekend. Always trying for 3, but I always end up bringing the 3rd one home. So this time I was determined to not need to bring any home, because I knew that as soon as I get home, I was going to have this cover to work on. So I really couldn't start taking any stuff home. So yeah, by like midday Sunday, I was hardcore cramming. And I had 2 sketches I was working on at the same time, and I haven't posted the second one yet, but I'll post that for you guys soon. The clanging you're hearing is my coffee. Coffee time! So something that I really admire in a lot of the colorists whose work I look at, like Nii Rufino, Ula Moss, Sabine Rich, they're really good at bringing in light. So there's enough shadow and enough of everything, but then the skin just looks so pretty. And they're a little braver with light. And so that's what I need to work on, is kind of upping my bravery on the light sources and just generally having enough light on the characters. Okay. Zoom in a little bit. Now on this side, I think there would be more shadow because her arm is casting a shadow over her face. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious on that side of her face as far as how much light I'm going to put in. But she needs a little bit of light right here on her chin. Hey, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for taking some time to stop by. All right, you guys, I am still a little bit on the fence as far as being healthy, and I need to run and take care of a little something. One sec. Back. All right. And one thing I really want to have on here is some nice highlights around her mouth too. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you, Anthony. And hello, Peter. So I'm reading your guys' comments down here, so I'll try to remember to look up every so often. But yes, it's a little easier when I'm doing digital coloring because I can just look to the side real quick, but then it gets me out of the habit of looking up and saying hello. All right, so I'm gonna erase something in my line art, and that's something that's actually quite nice about doing my own coloring is I can kind of mess with my line art while I'm working. So it does make it a little bit easier because, you know, if I was coloring someone else's work or if someone was coloring mine, you know, you don't really mess with the penciler's line work as much as possible. But in this case, I can because I can just sort of make that executive decision while I'm working. If I'm seeing something in the line art that's kind of in my way, I can just get rid of it. Hello, Lino. Oh, Anthony, you've missed all of like 5 minutes. Oh, so much snow. Yes. And it's colder in the house, and you know, it's definitely wintry weather for us here. It would be extreme winter weather for anyone else, but for us, this is kind of normal. Don't worry about it. You were barely late, Anthony. Okay. Smoothing all that out. All right, now I need to get some more highlights in her face. One more little bit of line art I'm gonna mess with and erase. Because it's needed for the line art because there's nothing showing form. But once I'm taking it into the colors, I don't need those lines. So I'm getting rid of them and I'll just be slowly ditching some stuff whenever I feel like I can get away with it. Thank you, Anthony. Oh, hello, Shane. I'm so sorry it's been so long. When I came back, I sort of got the flu, whatever it's called, and I lost my voice, and yeah, it did not look or sound good at all. You've missed about 10 minutes max. Oh, and Peter Paul, I'm sorry that I missed your comment. Thank you so very much. All right. So if you look closely, you can see, like, I did all this with pencil, right? And the lines are not absolutely perfect, but it really doesn't matter. No one's gonna see it. It gets shrunken down so far, and this is already like at 300% blowed up. Con funsies, that's right. No, it's just normal coffee, Lino. Alright, now I'm going to start putting in some really bright pops of highlight. Let's get the opacity and flow up a little bit higher and get a nice light color going on to give her some bright highlights. So there would be something right here. Oh wait, wrong layer. All right, so I'm running into some problems where like right here, it's on the shadow layer. So I might need to remove some of that highlight or remove some of the shadows so that we can have a nice bright highlight going on. I don't think that there is a stream that you missed. I started coloring her yesterday afternoon, Anthony, and I made a lot more progress than I'm used to. Thank God, I'm finally starting to go a little faster. It's ridiculous. I'm way too slow with colors. So I spent about 3 or 4 hours on it yesterday and got this much done. So now I'm just doing the refining, and then once I finish, I'll get started in on the patch version because I have a whole nother one I need to color. Yeah, no, you didn't miss a stream. I just went a lot quicker than I was expecting I would. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, so here is the shadow that's needed under her chin. Now that's pretty strong. I might take that down a little bit just because, yikes. But I do need to have some kind of shadow. And what I'm going to do probably is put it on the actual shadow layer so that I'm not messing up her chin. Because if I start going over it too much, it's going to start looking kind of weird. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on the shadow layer. But her chin is gonna need to have a decent amount of shadow right there, or it's not gonna look realistic, or it could start to look like her face is in front of her arm, which is not the case. Wonder Booty! Oh, hi, Timmers! Thank you! Yeah, I'm going for lighter and brighter this time. So a much lighter background than I'm used to doing. All right, I want to add in some blue, make it a little bit grayer actually. So let's get a grayer color in the background. Oh wow, that's super weird. Let me see, Agent Nerd. I'm sorry about that. Huh. That is super odd, because as far as I can tell, it's working. I just lack the Christmas cap. Yeah. All right, so this part right here is technically part of her skin. So I'm getting that colored in. And I need to push this back arm back into the background, which is why I'm going with a darker, less brownish color, because I need to cool it down a little bit. So I might even, yeah, that's a little too green. Let's go a little bit more blue. I'm just gonna select that section because I'm worried I'm going too cautiously and too strong and small of a brush because I'm worried I'm gonna mess with her face. So now I'm literally just on that section of skin and I can start to kind of blend back and forth between the two. Sorry everyone, I'm sniffing a little bit. I still have a bit of the con crud. Many apologies. You thought I was wearing my Santa hat? No. Okay. Desaturate, pull up to blue for a shadow in there. Nope, needs to be darker. And I need to put some blue in there too. Yeah, that is so weird, Agent Nerd. I have no idea what to say. Aw, thank you for stopping by as long as you could, Juan Solo. I'll see you later. Peter Paul, no, I use a Wacom tablet for my digital coloring work. So I'm using a Cintiq 22 HD right now. But no, I'm very much a traditional colorist, artist for everything else. It's just the digital coloring that I use the Cintiq for. Well, and it's my monitor, so I use it all the time, but for artwork, it's just, literally I use it only for digital colors. All right. So I'm just wrapping up this last little bit of her skin. Let's get a little bit more blue in there. I'm sorry, put my table of colors. Hey Wayne, how's it going? I'm so glad you could make it. I don't have a colors template to publish, Lino. I'm sorry. Hey, Tom. Thank you for joining in on the stream. Okay. Anything that's in a shadow is generally a little cooler, so I am adding a little bit more gray tones into the shadows, because if it's all too much brown, it looks just like more skin as opposed to a shadow on the skin. I am feeling better. I'm still a little under the weather, so, you know, I apologize if my voice sounds a little weird or anything like that. All right, so I think that there is something in the shadows here that I want to remove. Yeah, there we go. The numbers of my brushes. I just use the standard Photoshop free brushes that come with Photoshop is what I use. How's the snow? Abundant. So much snow. I've never seen this much snow in like one dump on Calgary, especially in October. I mean, like, usually we get our first snow in like around Halloween, or at least the first one that sticks for longer than, you know, a few hours or something like that. So it's crazy. Oh, it's what colors I use for red hair. Okay, that I can try to remember to post. All right, so I'm removing some of these shadows because I think now they're too red. So I'm gonna fix all the shadows up a little bit. Hey, Keeman. I'll have to give it to you guys though, Shane. I think Edmonton is considerably colder than Calgary. I don't think that we get that like super cold biting wind like you guys do. That is some intense cold. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. So I'm still going around now and putting in more darker shadows, and right now the only thing that's selected is her skin. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's been raining off and on. Wow. All right, so now I'm gonna work on her nose. Shadows, I'm gonna erase the shadow I put in and do my own. How have things been since my... Oh yeah, at least we're not Winnipeg, that's true. Things have been fantastic. Thank you so much. Busy, but very good. And busy is good. So I'm happy. Life is going well. Oh, I don't think I erased enough. Yeah, okay. So I screwed up a little bit because I didn't erase enough of the shadows, so I didn't see what I was doing underneath. All right, now I'm gonna put some darker brown in there too, but I will be right back, you guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. All right. Yes, the month of October feels busy for me, and at least for me, it's almost September is like one of my busiest months as far as not being home, doing a lot of traveling. A lot of shows that I like to go to seem to all happen in like a little cluster in September and the beginning of October. So it's usually just so busy. All right, so now I'm putting in just a little bit of a warmer tan color on her nose as well. Because of course I don't need all of that dark shadow. I just need some to give definition. No, that sounds awesome, Shane. You're doing an Inktober? That's awesome. I have never taken part in Inktober. It's just never at a time that I can spare the time to do Inktober. I'd love to at some point. Hello, Meat Shield. How are you? It's your first go? Oh, that's awesome. You're good at work, not working. Okay, now I want to have a little bit of a highlight on this part right here, the brow bone, because I think it looks better on women. Like in makeup, a lot of times girls will put a highlight right here, and it kind of helps to set the face properly, and it looks really pretty. So I try to do the same things that are done in makeup on my art. Hey Steve! I am so glad that you could make it today. I hope everything's going good. Okay, see you later, Anthony. I'm gonna try to actually finish this one up on stream today. And I should be able to make it. I'm feeling okay. Still a little bit of the remnants, but I'm all right. Thank you. Today, time-wise, I'm going to finish at 4 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. And then I have to go run errands. And this weekend is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so we are going to celebrate Thanksgiving, which I'm so excited about because usually I'm gone this weekend. I'm in New York usually. So this year I am not in New York, obviously. So I get to be home and celebrate Thanksgiving. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I know. Con crud during flu season. Good times. Oh, thank you, Keeman. All right. I'm getting rid of all the shadowing I did before. It's on another layer, so I'm just erasing it because now it's getting in my way. I have it there. And the reason why I put the shadows on another layer is because cast shadows, generally don't, I don't want them too blended. I actually want them quite sharp. So I want to be able to keep working on the skin without messing up the shadows. But I think right now the shadows are messing me up. So I'm going to get rid of them and work on the skin. So I'm just turning off the shadow layer completely. And I'll start adding in the shadows once I'm done with the skin completely. Oh, hello, Sock Monkey. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Vancouver as well. That's going to be awesome. Oh, good. Thank you for not twitching and driving, Perrin. See you later. Oops. So once I get a base color in, then I have it and I just kind of pick around, do the eyedropper tool and keep adding in highlights and shadows. And then, you know, I basically just do all of my coloring from selections, and I'll just select and eyedrop the color from somewhere, mix it in over there, eyedrop it again, choose somewhere else, and that's how I do all the blending. See you later, Anthony. And for this one, there are portions that aren't the same, like how much of her skin is covered or where her outfit is on this one as compared to the patch version. But things like her face, the majority of her hair, good portions of her skin, her thighs, all of those things remain the same. So I can copy and paste this colors onto the other one, make adjustments, but it's not a complete recolor. Where sometimes it is a complete recolor, it won't be this time. Are you at New York Comic Con, Kevin? Oh my god. That is crazy. Are you exhibiting at New York Comic Con? Oh, that's awesome. Does Marvel have like a cam on their booth? That is so cool. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh yeah. Not sure about New York Comic Con, Steve? It's a busy one, that's for sure. So many humans. That is so true. All right, now I'm just filling in her eyebrows a tiny bit. Quick save break. It's saving right now. It is at, it's done. Oh my God, I can't even imagine, like, to be there as an attendee. The hotels in New York are just so expensive. Oh my God. Though I suppose it would work if you found a couple buddies that you went with and everybody just kind of split the hotel bill. That would work. All right, I'm becoming happier with her skin. It's looking better. That's another thing. Hey, Mike. It's been a while. How are you? Yeah, I mean, oh my God. So expensive. Though, as opposed to a lot of downtown cities, the one thing I do have to say for New York is they have a lot of really great places to eat. And I think that New York specifically, their hole-in-the-wall food is just so much better than like your average hole-in-the-wall food. They have the yummiest street meat. They have the best little, like, looks barely bigger than a closet ramen noodle places. Oh my goodness. And you can eat so cheaply in New York as opposed to so many other places. So New York does have that going for them. At least their food isn't insanely expensive. Whoops, I don't want heart missing. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for being here, Mike. I am doing good. I caught a little bit of the con crud after Baltimore. So I'm trying to kind of get a little better from that. Otherwise, I could have and should have probably been streaming all week long, but I was not well. Of course, I felt fine, but I didn't look fine and I didn't sound fine. So I will, I'm tentatively gonna go for a few hours today. And we'll see. If I start sounding just too awful, you guys, just let me know. If you're like, okay, you're croaking, go away. Just tell me. Just everything else, that's right. But at least the food is cheap. Yeah, you know, when I started, I was splitting a table in Artist Alley and doing the whole split thing, and it works really well. It does make it a lot easier, especially because you're having, like, if you're not used to doing that many shows, New York is a pretty intense one to start with, that's for sure. But if you manage to do that, like, props. Yes, the notorious crud. It is not fun. Hey, Levi! Oh, and Mike is still here. Mike, observe. I have a problem. Just accept it. Thank you, Mike. It won't be a problem anymore. I love it. You're hilarious. All right, the reason why I zoom in and out all the time is if you get too intense in one little area and you color it to death, when you zoom out and take the cover in as a whole, it actually can look a lot worse than you were expecting. Like some things will start looking really amazing up close and then look quite terrible once you zoom out. So that's why I zoom in to get the work done and I zoom out again because it puts the whole thing in perspective, and it can really change what it looks like depending on how zoomed in you are. So that's why I keep going out to make sure that I haven't like completely ruined her face or her skin somehow, and it's important. Oh my God, that has got to seriously wipe you out. 7+ hour masterclass. That sounds amazing though. I didn't even know that was going on. Are you feeling okay though, Wayne, or did you get con crud? So I can see something on her shoulder. So like right here, if you look at it, this whole section looks flat and her boob looks flat, but I haven't gotten to that right now. But the main thing is to take something that is completely one-dimensional and add in illusions, basically, is what coloring is. Illusions to give depth, right? Because it's all flat on one piece of paper and we want to make it look like it's real. So I need to bring in the roundness, the depth, put some things in the foreground, some things in the background, and I am screwing up right here on her shoulder. It still looks flat. So that's what I'm going to work on right now and try to fix her shoulder. Oh, okay. Well, I don't blame you. I'm sure I was completely hazy on Sunday as well. It was so nice of you to come and say bye. I was like mad cramming to get all my sketches done. It was intense. See, even just putting a little bit more shadow right there is helping. I'm so glad that you're not sick though, Wayne. Mike, are you sick? Did I infect you? You feel bad about not getting sick? What the hell? I'm so glad. I would feel terrible if you got sick. I thought we were in it together. Oh, I'm so glad. Mike was helping me at the booth all weekend and like getting me big packs of Halls and Dayquil, and yeah, so we don't want, I was really worried that Mike just being in proximity to me is gonna get sick. All right, so I've added in some depth, but now I need to smooth everything out because it's starting to look funky and like she's got something terribly wrong with her skin. No, it was the con crud. It was definitely going on. There was a lot of people that were like not at 100% at the show, that's for sure. Saving break. Yeah, during. It didn't hit me completely. I was just feeling a little like, sounds like I'm way too in touch with my feelings, but I was definitely feeling like I was about to lose my voice. And you know how it is where you're kind of like, oh my God, either I'm run down or I'm catching something. It was like that. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you, or nice to hear from you. So guys, I failed and I forgot to ask Zenescope when this is coming out so that you all can know. But usually they tag me when it's hit stores, and then I'll let you guys know when this particular cover set is out. Yeah, well, I'm with you there, Tom. Definitely not trying to get that. I certainly won't have any, and I'll have had weeks at home chillaxing and happiness. I won't have been around anything that could cause le crud. You want to check my scribbles out? Well, thank you. Check out my scribbles. Love it. I'm so excited about Tucson. It's going to be so much fun. I haven't seen Brian and Francisca in ages. I haven't seen you in years, Tom. $5 years? Seriously? Oh my God. That is insane. Happiness. I'm quite liking the way her skin is turning out. There's portions I still obviously need to fix, but it's coming together. All right, now, there is something also that I'm trying to work on this piece, and that is I don't like the way that I color hair. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like it. Something about it doesn't have that shine, that sleek, smooth, flowy, waterfally look to it. And since this is all completely unrealistic, I can make their hair unrealistically glossy. And I love the way Ula does it. I hate the way I do it. So, I have some reference pictures of straight black hair that I'm going to be looking at here. So I'm going to turn them on right now so you guys can see. Now, obviously, these ones are hyper colorized. They're not really what dark black hair looks like, but I can see the way, oopsies, I can see the way that the hair picks up the shine. Now, I need to change her hair because it is not supposed to be brown. It's supposed to be black, right? So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do is fix that. So I'm gonna go on the flats layer and I'm gonna select all the hair because the first order of business is to desaturate it. All right, now I don't know if you guys can see this window, but I've pulled up the hue saturation and I'm adjusting. Hey, hello frying pan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be taking the saturation way down on the hair and I'm gonna be adding in a little bit of blue. So I just need to get to the blue area here. Since it's very common in comics to use blue instead of black in a lot of things, like even if you look at the old comics, there'll be heavy blacking on Wonder Woman's hair, for instance, and then the highlights are blue. So I'm gonna be doing that a little bit with her hair and just giving it a slight blue hue to it. And let's take the lightness down a little bit. All right, now, the thing that I want to learn is this. If you see the way that the hair almost has like a little zigzaggy highlight, it goes from dark straight to the highlight. And that's kind of the same thing that you do with latex. The transitions are smaller when the item is more shiny. Like they're much more aggressive transitioning as opposed to a matte leather jacket or even a white or a colored t-shirt. The transitions are very slow. It goes from, you know, the shadow to a very long mid-tone to a bit of a highlight and then it's done, right? It kind of goes like this. Whereas with latex, glossy, shiny hair, it's one right after the other. And that's what I need to do better at with hair. So I'm looking at these ones to learn how to color hair properly. So I got a little bit here. It's my itty bitty attempt at putting in those colors. Does that transition better on paper? You know what? I'm not sure. I think that the transition, the coloring concept is exactly the same whether you're working with Copic markers or acrylic paint on paper or canvas, or if you're doing it digital. I think that the rules remain. It's just what tool you're using to accomplish it. Put my hair there. Doesn't help though. I can't like snip my hair for every cover. I'm a moron. I see what you mean now, Lino. I don't have a picture of my hair. Okay, so this is my new challenge to myself, along with 15 other challenges to myself, is to do better with coloring hair. And I need to get that going now. Yeah, I'm so ridiculous that I even thought that that's what Lino meant. I apologize, everyone. That was kind of stupid of me. Hey, Symbiote! Hey, Jessamine! Thank you both for being here. It's going great, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Robert Landon. That's so nice. Robert Landon 9. Thank you. That means a ton. I have a lot more that I am working on, plan to work on, need to study. You know, I guess being critical of one's own work is a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because you're always hating it. And it's a blessing because you never forget that you've got so much shit that you need to work on. But thank you. That means a ton that you see progress. That is 100% the goal in every cover. Even if I'm not necessarily improving on all of it to where, you know, you can see from one cover to the next, it's like, holy shit, she's a new artist. I pick things that I'm gonna work on. So this one is, the challenge is doing a lighter background, which I struggle with because I want to fill it and put glow and shiny shit all over the place. But I'm gonna dial back and do a light background. That's super scary. Secondly, I need to put more light and glow and highlights in the skin because to me, I feel like I color skin slightly flat looking, a little dead. So those are my two that I'm working on right now. And then interjecting things like making shinier, glossier looking hair. Latex is always fun. So there's a few different things that I try to pick that are going to be my focus challenges for each piece that I work on. Oh, Jessamine. Okay, now I know who that is. Yes, I really do. I'm super sorry. I kind of work in like what is right in front of my face situation. So I got home, have to get this cover off because my deadline is during Vancouver Comic Con. Next week, I will focus on planning all of that and I will get in touch with you. I promise, love. Thank you for sending me a message. Wow, I really stuck my cup on the table with a thud. All right, right. My art is saving right now. Thank you, love. My vision is infinite. I wish. But I definitely want to be the very best version of artist that I can be, which sounds so ridiculous, but it's true. Oh, I did not select her bangs. So many little portions and little bits to select. It's really easy to screw up and not select something you meant to, and then it's such a bummer to go in and try to fix it. Like look at this hair here. It almost looks like water cascading, the way that it's such a distinct highlight. And like, as far as coloring that, if I hadn't looked at this, I would never do a complete ring around someone's head. I just wouldn't even think of it. That just seems absurd. But yeah, it just looks so good. So there's there's things that are definitely good to learn by looking at the real shit, as opposed to only, you know, winging it in your own mind or whatever. And, you know, there's a lot of criticism flying around about artists looking at photographs. Well, so did all the Renaissance painters. So did everybody up until the last couple years, where it's become so taboo to look at real humans. Well, our job is to draw real humans, unless you're a monster artist, and then, you know, there are no rules. But if your job is to draw real humans and you're like, well, I don't look at real humans in order to draw real humans, well then what that doesn't make any sense. It's almost glassy, that's right. It's so amazing how shiny her hair is. I'm sure there's tons of product and proper lights and all of that, but who says that Kaylee doesn't have the same thing? Monster artist, yeah. And then there are no rules and you can just do whatever the fuck you want. That's awesome. Exactly. I think also I get a little lazy with hair and I just want it to be over and done with. It takes me so long to draw hair in general that, like, by the time it's time to color it, I'm just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I may need to watch it on myself that I don't get lazy with hair. They do? Well, that's awesome, Wayne. Sorry, Tom. I do? Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Robert. All right, time to get brave here. I need to decide where I'm going to put her streak of shine. All right, so here it looks like it's going over her shoulder right there. Now, I have a hat to deal with, so I need to decide where is a good place to put said shine. I might just pull it up a little bit here. So right now I'm just doing like a soft brush to decide where the shine should be. I know you are, Tom. Okay, so there is a pretty big, wide section in her hair that's a highlight. So I might do the same basic thing with this one. I'm gonna shorten it a tad. as always, I hope that over time, while I keep coloring, I'll get more tricks and things that make all of this go faster. So I hope that you guys understand that I'm still in the learning process of figuring out this whole digitally coloring stuff world. I haven't been doing it for very long, and there are things that I know I will get better at as I become more used to it. I mean, even just coloring her latex. When I colored the Sirens piece in January, I recolored Harley's red latex, I think, I don't know, like between 5 and 8 times. I just deleted it, recolored it, deleted it, recolored it. And so this time it was once. I did that and I'm happy with it. Now I just need to refine her red latex. So thankfully, I feel like slowly but surely I'm knocking off a couple hours every time I work on a digitally colored piece, which is the ideal, right? The ideal is not to have to recolor something 6 times before it looks right. Color it once, right? So I'm getting there. Hey, Corey, you made it. That's awesome. It's been a while. I do, and I definitely do have access to Sabine, and I can pick her brain, but there's some things I think you just have to learn by trial and error. Like, yeah, I can see the way to color latex. I did consult with Sabine first, but at the end of the day, I still have to color it myself. I still have to figure it out and try it, you know, and that's what takes time and takes experience, really, is all it is. And so there's only so much that Sabine or Ula or anyone can verbally explain to me. I still have to sit my ass down and freaking color it. So if I needed help, I definitely can, and I'm very fortunate that I do have access to Sabine and Ula and asking them questions. And if I'm ever really stuck, I will. But for the most part, I just need the experience and the time under my belt to get that muscle memory even of where to put the shadows and the highlights and all of that stuff that, you know, coloring a face took me like a whole day last year. Today I finished it a lot faster. So there's things like that.
Are you ready?
That's right, practice. Corey, yes, I drew this on paper on Twitch a few weeks ago. And then I'm coloring it now. I have posted pictures of my setup and exactly what I do. They'll be on my Instagram or my Facebook feed. Thank you, Mike. That's so nice of you. I can't take everything apart to show you now because it's all in place. But yes, I have posted it. Thank you so much, Tom. Oh, thank you so much, Steve. Okay, yay, I'm almost done with the hair. Oh, thank you so much, the frying pan. Okay, now I just want to add in a bit more shadows in a couple places that I think it looks weird to have a highlight. Like right there is definitely a place that would be in shadow. Here's a place that would be in shadow. All right, time to zoom out and see how it looks. It's all right. Oh, thank you. I wonder how it would look if I had another batch of highlights down there. Thank you. Oh, see you later, Wayne. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always good to talk with you. Yes, lots of hot tea with lemon and honey. That's right. Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving, Wayne. All right, for now, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'll keep thinking about it, see if there's any more that I think I should do. But for now, I'm happy with how her hair is. And so maybe it's time to do the color hold. So I can turn off the hair reference now. I don't really need it. Then I'm gonna do color holds and finish out the latex. And then it's time to work on the ice. But in order to do the ice, I need to have the color holds done. That's where you change the color of the black line art. And honestly, to me, the piece looks weird until I do that. Happy Turkey Day! So what did I say I was gonna do? Yes, latex. Let's finish out the latex. She looks like she has a flat boob. So nobody wants a weird side rocket flat boob. That just looks weird. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna redo and adjust all the latex. So I'm gonna do that now. So I just basically did a really rough go over with the colors just to get an idea of where the lighting looked best on the latex. Because granted, I'm coloring all of this, so I don't have to, I can kind of decide where the light is. There's nothing on this piece that is a predetermined light source. So I kind of picked a light source that would look the best for her face, for the latex, and what would look the prettiest for her skin here. So it's kind of nice when you can kind of just decide and choose things that are the most flattering. So that's what I did here, and I just threw down a little bit of lighting just to test it out. So now I'm gonna actually go in and make the latex look properly shiny and all of that stuff. Because really, if you have latex, the highlight is white, unless you're in a room with ambient lighting that's blue or green or whatever. So I need to make sure I get that in there. Oh, Benny, thank you for following me on Twitch. I'm not seeing the notifications there, but I just got an email telling me that you followed me. So thank you so much. Check and see if I got any other follows. Nope, still just Benny. Weird, you're wearing latex now? Oh, that's great, Tom. Thank you. I don't know how strong a highlight there would be on this back leg. Sorry, Tom. So sometimes putting in a little bit of a darker shadow in a couple places just makes the white pop even more. And then I will go back in and blend it out a little bit better. Woohoo! It's always so fun to do that, and I keep forgetting that I have that tool now. So ridiculous. All right, so here would be incomplete shadow. It wouldn't be picking up any real light sources from anywhere else because her head, it would be blocking any highlights that would be showing up if her arm were not touching her head. So I'm gonna actually put a few more shadows going on in here. Here as well. And then that really makes the corner, her inner, why am I forgetting the name? Like literally right here, the bend in her arm, this whole area, it makes that clearly an open air spot where it would be catching other light sources. Elbow, thank you. Yes, the crook of the elbow, thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, time to save a little bit. Save break. So when is US Thanksgiving this year? It's like it's the end of November, right? Pauses. As far as how to draw hair and faces, honestly, it's practice, practice, practice. As far as faces, I would get the book. If you scroll down here on my Twitch channel, in my about area, it is I have a list of the art books that I use, and there's one about drawing the face and hands, and that would be what I would recommend. 4th Sunday of November. Okay. Yeah, so it's like so vastly different from Canada. I wonder why. So like for the last few years, we've been celebrating US Thanksgiving just because I'm gone for Canadian Thanksgiving, because it happens on New York Comic Con weekend all the time. But I'm really excited. This year we're actually going to celebrate real Canadian Thanksgiving. Okay. Just to be safe, I'm going to do the actual white highlights on another layer, just in case I really don't like it. No, I'm not going to New York Comic Con this year. I decided not to even sign up. And the reason being because I think it's better if I go every other year. Dan, no. We're not going to do a turkey. We're probably just going to do a chicken because there's only 5 of us. And I'll do it. So we're going to go shopping. Dan and I will shop for it this evening sometime. And it's going to be super fun. I can't wait. We haven't celebrated like real Canadian Thanksgiving, I think, since we've been here. So that's going to be fun. All right, once I'm done with this, I'll show you guys the before and after, and we can kind of decide if we like the white on the latex or just leave it the way it was. Does anyone on here watch Blacklist from Netflix? It has James Spader and Megan Boone, I think her name is. Does anybody here watch it? Not really, Jessamine. Did it get good again? Oh man, I don't know if it got good again. I've always really enjoyed it. But I have to say it really threw me a curveball this week, because I just caught up on the latest season and I don't know what to think. And so I'm just curious if there's someone around that has seen it. First 3 seasons. Okay, so you guys, you're not as diehard as I am about all that. I just love James Spader. I'll do anything as long as I can listen to his voice. Well, what happened in this season? Literally, if I think back, I think that they've been planning this all along. It's one of those massive twists that either they have completely lost their way, like in my opinion, the TV show Lost got lost. But this one, I have a feeling that they planned this all along. And then if they did, okay, well then it might be interesting. If they didn't plan this all along, then they may also be getting lost, and I might not be as interested in Blacklist. Yeah. Okay, you watch the Arrowverse? The missus hates him. That is so interesting. But you know, I have a show like that. Dan and my oldest son, he's 16, they watch Walking Dead sometimes, and now they can watch it and it's like not right in my way, like, so it's not so bad anymore. But before, like when we lived in a much smaller townhouse, and they had to watch Walking Dead when I was literally physically outside of the house. I hate zombies so much. Yeah, it really blows when this happens. And now I have to wait like an entire freaking year to find out what the whole thing was. Like, what is happening? I'm so confused and kind of upset. Okay. So that's with the additional white highlight. Let's go a little closer. I did add a couple more highlights on there, but you guys can see. What? Oh, shoot. Okay. So this is with the white highlight, and this is with the white highlight removed. So it's just making it a little bit more shiny in the shiny bits. And then I added a little bit more just secondary light sources on the latex. And I think it helps. Having a few good, strong pops of white, it just looks a little better. Cliffhangers would be illegal, right? It's really fun if you're like catching up on an entire series and like you know that a few years ago everybody else had to wait, but you can just click next. That is actually pretty fun. But for just in general, it's super blows. And it's a massive cliffhanger or a complete plot twist, change of direction. Everything is fucked up. Alright, so now I need to try to figure out how to incorporate a few more shines onto her latex to make her boobs look round, because I've kind of made them look like these weird little cone shapes. Oh, thank you, Jessamine. I'm talking about a show named Blacklist. When Dallas did the first cliffhanger. I don't know what that is. Ah, sorry. Yeah, it's, it may be losing me, and I literally never thought I would see the day. Hey, Gabriel! Spader is awesome. He kicks ass. It's so amazing. I literally just want to hear him talk. I'm feeling a bit better. Yes, thank you. And I'm just going to be back in 1 second. I'm going to just check up on one thing. I will be right back, you guys. Okay, I'm back. All right. I'm really happy. This is really starting to come together. Woot! All right, so now it's more latex wrap up. But I'm liking it. Her boobs aren't looking quite so like flat cones. But I still think that maybe, I don't know if there should be this much of a highlight at the bottom like that. Oh, Jessamine, the publishers do. So I send, what I do for all covers is I just send them in. And then, yeah, when they put them all together in the layout files and set everything up, that's when the title is put in and all of that stuff. Thank you so much, Gabriel Black. Win! Especially because you were saying you don't generally buy Zenescope covers, or you never have before, but you're gonna get this one? Woohoo! That makes me all kinds of happy. Alright, so I need to think a little bit more about her boobs and what's gonna make them look properly round in all the right places. This will be the first Zenescope. Yes! Success! Makes me so happy. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Tom. You'll think about them too. Lol. All right, so I will be putting drop shadows from the fur onto her jacket, from the fur onto her skin, depending on where the light is and where it's touching on her body. So all those things that cause or really help the most with depth aren't in the cover yet. I do have some done in like this. I may keep this layer, I may not, but for right now it's been in my way. Though maybe it's not right now, and I'll just have to see. Technically, the shadow wouldn't be casting down here and up there, so, you know, I may need to move some of those things clearly. But it does help with depth even right now in just keeping an idea of where everything is supposed to go. I'm sorry, her little thingy. Her bodice or whatever. Corset, thank you. Sorry guys, my brain is not at 100% clearly. That's right. All things are thingies at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna stop trying to salvage little shines that I liked. I'm just gonna redo. Oh, have a good one, Mike. All the best with your exam. Oh, hey, Tranquil Mist. How's it going? Well, it's deadlines, Tranquil Mist, and I have to have it to the publishers by the 15th. So, yes, Christmas before Halloween. True, that as well. I'll see you later, Tom. Thank you so very much for hanging out for a while, and I'm gonna see you soon. Woohoo! Have a great weekend. I'm gonna do some Halloween decor shopping this weekend, hopefully. Find some stuff that is inspiring, even though it's freaking snowing outside. And we have piles of snow everywhere. I am going to do some Halloween decorating. Why is your weekend not going to be much fun, Keeman? Yeah, it does look really pretty, Gabriel. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, sorry, Keeman. Oh, just need to respond to my daughter. All right, file saving. You gotta do homework. All right, now I'm gonna add some white to the rest of her suit in the places that I'm done with anyway. Okay. I'm happy with her boobs for now. I'll have to see if I still like them in a little while, but for now I'm good with them. Hey, Jeff. All right, let's work on the belt. I'm gonna be on for another 45 minutes. I'm gonna stop at 4 p.m. my time. And then I've gotta run some errands. Get ready for our Thanksgiving, which is this weekend. Yay! I don't have a digital one. I'm sorry. That white had some pink in it. I'm going to Vancouver Comic Con, which is happening next weekend. Dawn version of the Truman Show. Lol.
Towards the future you can't bear. You've become a cynic, self-defeating and frozen.
I'm so excited as well, Jessamine. Oh, sorry, Corey.
I just want you back from the dead. Light the matches, just light the matches and start the fire.
All right.
Start the fire, you feel something.
I think the belt is pretty much done. Now I need to do the chrome part, but actually, I'm trying to think. Santa's belt, I'd imagine that metal part is gold, not chrome. I'm gonna look real quick. Just Santa suit. Santa suit. Let's see. Oh no, okay, it's not gold, it's chrome. Phew. I was really worried I was coloring it the wrong color. Yeah, just your standard Santa costume. It looks like it's not gold. Okay, so it's not gold. I can make it chrome. Wow, check it out. That is some mess from my scanner bed. So I'm just gonna erase that real quick. Yeah. All right. So I'm just deselecting the tool I had, and I'm cleaning up some of the dust. My scanner bed, no matter how much I clean it, it still seems to always gather dust, and it looks really funky. And then some of this I can't blame on dust. It's just me not noticing little tiny bits of mess on the pencils. Sorry guys, I get really close to my paper, and so I'll start slowly slinking lower and lower in my desk. It's ridiculous. My mom used to be so on my case for my posture, and I was probably better when I lived nearer to her. Now I just am left to my own terrible posture devices. And I have really bad posture. Okay. So I'm gonna select the belt now. I'm just choosing a slightly more bluish gray because this is way more in the green gray hue, and I want it to be in the blue gray hue. So I'm doing Shift F5. What's happening? All right, so I'm doing it, I'm filling, I don't know if you guys can see this little pop-up window, but it's just me choosing what I'm gonna fill with. So I'm choosing the foreground color at 100%. So it's almost the exact same gray, but when I do the eye picker on it, it's in the blue area as opposed to the green, which means when I start going into darker tones, it won't look green, it'll look blue. So now I'm going way lighter, and I'm going to get some white highlights in here. Some shadows in there. And then once I'm done with all of this stuff, I'll go through and add some glow and little pops of highlight where, you know, some color dodge, some screen, a few different things to make the whole piece kind of merge together. Right now I'm still coloring it in little sections, like little stickers that I'm piecing together. But as I work through it, and then at the very end, there's sort of it's the fun part where you can add in like shine layers and things start to interact with one another. And that is when the piece goes from looking like it's fine, but to where it looks really, really good, I think. I really like those finishing touches that really make everything, it's like the rug. It just really ties the room together. I don't know if you guys have seen The Big Lebowski. It's hilarious in my opinion. Oh, is that what you mean by blending modes, Jessamine? Like layer properties and stuff? Ah, okay. Then yes, I do use blending modes. All right. So that's done. Oh, I haven't done her booty shorts or her thigh highs yet. And I haven't done her hat, but I'm not going to make her hat latex. I'm going to make it kind of your more typical fuzzy textured hat. And my water is literally on the other side of my desk. So I'm just going to grab that really quick. I'm back. Didn't go far. All right, so I have everything selected. for her tights. Except this part is brown. We won't know why. So I'll fix that in the liner too, because that shouldn't be there. It's probably a little remnant from the patch that I forgot to erase. Oh yeah, there are some things from the patch that I need to fix. So I'm just gonna do those fixie fixes right now. Sorry guys. Sometimes it's just so easy to mess things up when you're putting two pieces of art together. And I missed a couple things. All right, see you later, Jessamy. Thank you so much. Yeah, wow, what was I thinking? I must have really messed up on a layer somewhere or something, that there's all this mess. Okay, so I am doing a little bit of line art fixing because I failed and left some stuff a gigantic mess. Oh, thank you, Tom. Yeah, don't get intimidated by the focus bitch face. It's bad. But at least you guys are all pretty used to it here. I'm sorry, I have a cold. I went back and forth on deciding if I was gonna stream at all. So I won't post this one on YouTube because it's a little sad, but I apologize, everyone. Hey, Mark. Thank you all so much. I try to be a nice person to meet, and if anyone happens to come and see me, the worst time is when it's like right at the end of the show and I have commissions that I'm trying to finish and there's people waiting on me, and then I feel really bad. Otherwise, you got to come see me, and if you happen to see me right then, I'll tell you if I'm like mad on the mad dash to the finish line on a commission, and I will stop for as long as I can, but then you're always welcome to just hang and watch and talk with me while I draw. Yes, exactly. All right, see you later, Mark. Be safe. All right, line art is fixed up a little bit. That was surprisingly bad. Yeah. Digital is a whole other demon, Hans. It's very fun and very frustrating. But I'd have to say in the end, it's worth it for sure. Especially if you want to have any stuff printed. Oh no, are you serious, Tom? That's the worst. I feel so bad. Okay, I've learned a little bit since then. You were like, you know, at one of my first shows, and so you were definitely seeing the like hadn't really learned to get my like proximity alert very good. I've learned a little bit since then, but still, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I promise I won't do that to you this time. Or if I do, just like put your hand right under, like stick your hand in my line of vision so that I will like snap out of it, or come snap your fingers by my ear or something, because that's just terrible. And I do that all the time where I just get mad focused on something and it's no good. I feel so bad, Tom. That's terrible. So I took the opacity and the flow up really high to 100% while I was fixing up some of my line art. Now that I'm back on the actual art itself, I mean in the coloring, I've taken the opacity down to 43 and the flow to 34 because I want it to be extremely soft, light airbrush, and I pretty much just layer it all on top of one another. I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it. I'm just saying that's how I'm doing it these days. Oh, thank you, Tom. Thank you so much, Tranquil. Chris is here. Hello. Booty time. Oh, hello, Rogue Princess. I'm so glad you could make it today. You got her sick. Yeah, I got a cold. I lost my voice. I wasn't feeling too great, but I'm getting better now, and I just mostly I felt fine enough to go on Twitch for the last few days, but it's just my voice has been gone and I have a bit of a cold and it's embarrassing. And so I didn't want to be on Twitch for that reason, and I thought I was good enough today, but I feel I'm looking a lot like I've got a pretty decent cold. So I apologize, everyone. It's not really something I want to be having a cold on Twitch, but I won't post this one on YouTube. I'm such a girl, I know. I really want to run away every time I need to blow my nose. It was 90 the other day. Oh my God. That is insane. Okay, now since the belt buckle is whatever, chrome, I'm gonna do the same for the little grommets. So I wanna just get those done right now, because it'll kind of set the tone for the rest. The show must go on, that's right. You guys are so kind and accepting. Thank you so much. Okay, again, I do Shift F5 for filling with the foreground color. All done. Let's get some highlights in there. Okay. It's pretty cold here now. I think it's minus something, not sure. It was -3 this morning, which is not cold for Calgary at all. But it's still sweater weather, so I'm happy. I love being in sweaters. Oh, you are so kind, Chris. Thank you so much. Oh, lol, Dan. Yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks to get sick. All right, there's one part on her butt that might be a little bit too dark. Okay. Taking the opacity down again because I'm doing the soft colors. There we go. I just lightened it up a little bit. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. opacity and flow are down too low. Color is too light. All right, so I'm trying to get some decent shadows going on in here for her thighs because they should be in a decent amount of shadow, especially considering that one thigh is in front of the other. So for right now, I'm just focusing on the shadows on the actual latex. I'll make them match her skin shortly, but I think I'm gonna work on the latex first and then have the lighting transition from the latex to her skin and make adjustments to her skin as needed. Oh, Hans, I'm sure that it will be, but I don't know that I will have it for Holiday Expo because I wait a respectful amount of time for the company to have the cover itself. So I do have, and I love Zenescope for this, they do give me permission to have prints. However, I wait until the book is out, done, over, etc. So I will probably have this as a print for next year. I can check with them how long, you know, is a respectful amount of time for me to wait, or if they'd be cool with me having it at the Holiday Expo. It just really depends, and I don't want to push my luck. Though it has happened, it happened for Fan Expo last year when I did the Robin Hood Fan Expo exclusive, the baseball girl. Zenescope and I didn't really communicate about it, and so I didn't bring any prints because I was waiting the respectful amount of time for them to have the book. But then Zenescope didn't bring any prints because they thought that I would be bringing prints, so none of us had prints of the exclusive for the show. So that was a little bit dumb of me not to check, and so, because that kind of thing is on me to check with them and find out, you know, are you guys bringing them? Can I bring a few? Blah, blah, blah. And so literally nobody had prints of the show exclusive because we were both trying to be respectful and, you know, polite to one another. I know. And then I'm like, well, I didn't bring them because Zenescope has them. And yeah, it was a whole clusterfuck. So I probably should just ask. Yeah. Zenescope is awesome. Okay, guys, I need to run for 1 second. I will be right back.
If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
Oh. Oh my God, Justin! Hello!
Goodbye.
I'm so glad you could make it. I'm sorry, Tom. Super sorry. I know, Justin. Everybody's giving me so much shit about it. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Sorry, guys. The FedEx came to get my box. Yeah, and I'm texting. I'm not a millennial, but I am texting my son because he's handling something with a delivery guy that just came. Because I'm getting a shipping FedEx guy is picking up my box for Vancouver, and so my teenage son was handling that for me. Aw, good. Okay, all is well. Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. That's the thing with my streams, though. I have kind of said you'll just be coming along for whatever I'm doing as far as work goes. And since a couple people have been like, oh, let's just have like a day in the life of Dawn, texting happens. Zebra Ops, that's awesome. Was that autocorrect getting you again, Tom? If so, that's amazing. You thought the Zebra Ops... Oh my god, that's hilarious. You thought that the Zebra Ops was just in reference to something you missed, Justin? No, I think Tom has a new phone, right? Yes. Yay! So Justin, have you thought more about Emerald City? Are you coming? Hashtag Zebra Ops. You've thought nothing about anything. Classic unhelpful. Oh my god. Hello, Geodude! Need a darker color for back here. Oh, yes. Remind me of that, Tom, because that would be hilarious. Hashtag zebra ops. I love it. Oh, you know what, Tom? If you're if you have it already, then that's great. I'll gladly sign it. But if you want me to bring any specific prints, you got to give me a heads up because I don't bring everything with me to every show. You got it at the Twitch party. Okay, perfect. Yay! Then I will gladly sign it for you. I just wasn't sure if you needed me to bring it or not. Okay. That white highlight is in the wrong spot. Ish. Maybe I can just put another one right next to it. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, thank you so much, Corey. Have a good one. I need to head out shortly anyway, so let's try to fix the booty and then I will be going. Which I'm quite excited about, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, because Dan needs to take his car to the shop, so I'm gonna meet him up there to pick him up, and we're gonna do our Thanksgiving dinner shopping, and I'm gonna kind of make Dan come with me to do a little bit of decorating shopping as well. Heads up, Dan. Yes, it's booty time for Justin, and then that sounded way dirtier than I intended for it to. Coloring booty time for Justin. And then I am gonna go on the shop, and it's gonna be so fun. Forest Lord has had the heads up. Yay! I'm so excited. So I think I have, like I've told you guys, I started in, but then, like I said to you guys before, I'm working on putting more highlights into the skin. I feel like on her thigh and her general hip area, I have enough highlights, and I need to put shadows, a few more shadows to even it out. As you can see, the color from her shoulders is very different than the color on her thigh. I'm the one that has the money already. I already have my budget. I already have what I want. And now I just need to go buy it. And Dan has to come to give his opinion, which he hates having to do. But, you know, he can handle 10 or 15 minutes. Well, my Halloween decorations I'm not like super proud of yet because I haven't really done any. I haven't really done anything that I'm extremely proud of yet. I have a whole Halloween look that I'm going for, which is more like goth meets fall. Gothy fall is kind of what I want to do as opposed to zombies and blood like Halloween, traditional Halloween. And so, yeah, I want to do Halloween a whole lot better than I've got it going on right now, but I want to decorate my house for Christmas more, so it's all about priorities. Hello!
Yeah. Just so you know, it's 4, right?
It's 4 o'clock. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. I'll be there shortly.
Me. Sorry.
Yes, that is Lyndon. He is 8 and he was reminding me that it's 4 o'clock. So I'm just going to finish her butt, hopefully, and then I will be done. Named after my favorite follower from Diablo 3. That's great. Yes, he keeps me on schedule. Always. He's the one that I'm negotiating with about Christmas decorations right now, since technically he's in charge of my decorating this year. So we did negotiate, and he's okay with me not having colored lights on the main tree. So we negotiated that one and came up with a plan that we are both pleased with. Yeah, everyone's home and accounted for. Oh, okay, so there's no rush. I can finish the booty. I just didn't want to be late, hun. Oh, it's true. That's hilarious, Justin. Okay, let's check on the butt. Wow, that little thing there looks really, really strange. Okay, butts are a little bit more pink than the rest of the body. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more pink. Basically like a blush bottom. And this is precisely why I put the shadows, these shadows, on a different layer. So I can keep messing around with the shape and the shading of her butt, but I'm not getting rid of or covering up the shadows from the strands. booty check. Let's see if this is good. All right, we have a few boys here that are definitely the booty type. Ah, that was not what I was trying to do. All right, Dan and Justin and whoever else, Gabriel, what do you guys think? So just look at the front leg, because the back leg I still need to work on the shadows. But I think there's an appropriate amount of pink. There's an appropriate amount of shading. Yes, approve. All right, so now I'm gonna get a little bit more shadow in the back leg. All right, fair enough. Thank you, Justin and Gabriel. Oh my God, Mike, yes, you too. Need more booty? Oh my God, Juan. Thanks, guys. Oh my God, bootyception. That might be a little too much butt. Okay, so I am done for now. I need to go do dishes. I need to go clean up the house a little bit and get ready to go shopping. Yes, I'm so excited. So I'll finish this one up probably tonight or tomorrow. And I'm going to get the other one. So then I'm going to be working on the risque version on Sunday. So I will see you all on Sunday. Whoever can make it, I'll show you the final of this one and where I'm at on the other version, which is the risque version. So there will be a little sticker on the boobies, but otherwise I will show you guys the process of that one. So I will, it's been educational. You guys are so awesome. I love you all a ton. It's so good to be back. I'll see you again on Sunday for another Twitch stream with some more coloring. And I hope to be done early with this one, hand over my deadline with lots of extra time. Yay! Yeah, we sure did. Love you all a ton. Thank you for putting up with my cold, and I'll see you all later. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch those of you who can make it on Sunday afternoon. Mwah. Lots of love to you guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye.